always be ready to adapt. So change is scary. I get that. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Change. What is it that when we change something is that we are afraid of? Which is, talking about it out loud is kind of ridiculous. It's like, you're afraid of change? No. We're not afraid of change. We're afraid of what people are going to say because we change. And I've gotten that a bunch of times because I've changed many times. And those many times of change, I always have one or two people getting on my case. Why I changed? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And at the end of the day, you have no reason to explain yourself. You do a change. You're doing a change for your own success, for your own benefit, for your own thing. Okay, this is your life we're talking about. Decides to be like, it's my life, I get to do whatever I want. Well, yeah, it hurts, but it's still under your household. But here's the thing, we don't want to accept that our child is growing. One, we don't want to accept, two, that maybe you're losing power over your child, which should not be conditioned of you having power of your child in the first place. That's another topic, but I'm referring to is change. Change is everywhere, and no matter what, people are going to talk. I always bring that up. Why you always gotta say? Because they do. You know how many times I have changed my body, and regardless of that, people always have their 2 cents about it. I've lost over 100 pounds, and then I've gained at least 40 to 50, which is another story. But when I lost over 100 pounds and I was still losing mass and more, I would always get people telling me, hey, you're fine like that. Jackie, you don't need to lose any more weight. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not even trying to lose weight. I'm trying to freaking get shredded for this competition, And honestly, if people don't know, they're not going to understand. They're always going to assume the worst. So that was one. I got criticized for being too skinny. And then another topic would be that people would talk about the whole bodybuilding thing. Is like, oh, that's nasty. Women with muscles is nasty. Like, oh, this and that. If you don't know about the sport, then don't say nothing. Be more like, you know what? I would like to learn more about the sport. I would like to look into it, because that's what I did. You know how I got into, which is another story. Maybe I should start. Yeah, I'm going to tell it. You know how I got into bodybuilding? I got into bodybuilding because when I started drinking supplements, and I started my fitness journey, I bought me my fitness supplements. And my brother-in-law, to this day, I always bring it up. My brother-in-law decided to bully me, and my sister sends me a picture saying, "Hey, so and so said that this is gonna be you," and the picture was of a woman bodybuilding category. Now, if you understand bodybuilding category, it has a variety of them. So the bodybuilding one is when everything is big. The muscles are big, the torso is big, the thighs is big. That is bodybuilding category. You know what? Maybe it did hurt, but at the end, I turned it over and I said, maybe if I do look into it. That's when I started to look into the bodybuilding. When I started searching categories, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Not every woman looks that big, because you would assume that bodybuilding women consider themselves all bulky and big. No, if you look into the categories, they either is bikini, figure, classic figure, physique, or bodybuilding. So those are categories, and for me, I decided to go for figure. And since then I realized, I always had broad shoulders because I was meant for it. So yeah, That's how I looked into bodybuilding. But again, I the whole thing about this was that bodybuilding was a big change, especially in my family. My sisters totally supported me. My mom, at first, she was making fun of me. But at the end of the day, she's like, oh, that's my daughter. I know she can do it, blah, blah. So, change. So, obviously, into going into this bodybuilding, and then to now, after 2020 happened, we don't talk about that, right? Evidently, I took that time to address things that I did not wanted to address then. But again, change. So what did I do? I made a change, and yet that still made people to talk. What is it? I don't know. But I made the change to actually look out for my mind, body, and soul. And this time really dig into it, because one of the things I lacked of was self-care. Every day we wake up getting ready for work, getting ready for errands, getting ready for the day. And then by the end of the day, we're tired, we're done, and we don't take care of ourselves. We don't take a moment to reflect. 5 minutes we don't take a moment to reflect. 5 minutes of how our day was, what we're grateful for, and instead we just decide to attack, I have to wake up because of this. I have to do this because of this. I hate my life because of this. Oh, I just hate it. And that's the type of mentality that actually gets people down. And instead of making people grow, it takes them down to the floor. Instead of taking those 5 minutes to reflect and be like, I am so thankful today because I woke up. I am so thankful today because I was able to do my errands. I was able to go to work. And I was able to come back home to my family and rest. Those 5 minutes can mean so much to your mentality, to your mindset, because then from there, you'll be like, you know what? I am amazing for waking up in the morning. Like, who the fuck does that? Who wakes up at fucking 7 a.m.? I would like to wake up at 7 a.m. But, and then you also have other things like, I'm so amazing. I made me a freaking coffee. I didn't have to go to Starbucks to buy me a coffee. I gotta make me an ice maker. That way I don't have to go to Starbucks anymore. That's my sip from my drink. But, you start turning into those things. And then after that, be like, you realize, I am so darn proud of myself because I fucking woke up early. I'm so grateful for my life. I am proud of myself. I am so amazing. I am proud that I freaking woke up. I am proud that I made changes. That's how you start to make the change. At the end of the day, you're going to stop giving a fuck of what other people tell you. You're going to stop giving a fuck of what other people are gonna try to change you. Because at the end of the day, people try changing other people. Because that's called molding. You don't mold other people. If anything, I grew up. I'm a freaking true testimony of being molded, because that was me. You know what? And it hurts to talk about it, but that's maybe another story. But some people are molded to grow for an expectation of another person. We're not robots. We're not robots. We're not freaking engineered. We're not made out of freaking. I was gonna say a word. I forgot. We're not freaking screwed into a leg. We're not like Barbie that every fucking manufacturer makes her perfect. No, we're human beings. We're on to our own. And after starting my journey of really looking into and addressing, those inner childhood traumas, and expanding my knowledge, especially since, I majored in social work, look into the whole human brain and development and, cognitive thinkings and stuff. Mostly the whole therapy medicine. I've learned that, we are our own. And it's so interesting, because I always practice that we are our own persona. We can be, we are to grow up and live to be the person we were meant to be. We were meant to grow up and be who we're supposed to be. But I did not ever practice that. I practiced that I will always say that because I'm a big ally for, equality rights and stuff, but I never saw it into my own life because in my own life, I struggled with that, you know. I'm like, I want to be who I want to be, but then I have this voice in the back of my head saying, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do this. I was molded as I grew up. I saw how my mom would like smack the shit out of my sisters because my sisters obviously they were more adventurous and they decided to like be like, I don't give a fuck type of girls. And I think for me, what held me back was the fact that I was gonna get my ass whooped if I did. I don't give a fuck. But I was molded for such a long time that I started realizing that was impacting my children because I too was trying to mold them. And I didn't want that for them. I wanted them to be themselves because I would always tell them, it took my 16, no, he's 16 now, but he was probably 13 when he self-expressed, telling me, Mom, you want me to be this, but then you're telling me this. Make up your mind. And at then, I probably would not have realized what I was saying. But now that I look into it, 3 years later, I realized that I was, doing things my way, but I would let that little back voice get to me and be like, that's wrong. So again, change. Change is scary. But you know what? You shouldn't be afraid of it because at the end of the day, it's your life. You're the one who is going to make the decisions for the best of you. Now, you do want to realize that when you make a change, you're going to make a change for the positive of your life. You're not going to make change for the negative of your life, okay? Why the heck are you going to, let's make this drastic. Why are you going to change to freaking, to fit in? Change to fit in. That don't work. If you're going to change, you got to change and be who you are. You're going to change to be that person that you want to be known as because that it's your life, It's like all these philosophers that we follow, all these, celebrities that we follow, they made mistakes, but they have changed. But sometimes people want to talk about those changes. Let's talk. So again, change. People will always have you talking about change. Even celebrities get that. So change is in your life is what you want to be known for. So if you guys learn anything from this, at least learn from yourself. What is it that you want? And usually when you want to target change, you want to target of what is it that you want to change from you and why? Why is it that change is going to make better for your life, Is talking to people is going to help you more? Is it going to help you get more opportunities, What about the type the type of the way you probably spend money? Do you want to keep spending money where you're losing money and you're probably not getting back much, or you want to start investing money where you are putting money in a business, either your own or somebody, and you're getting a share or you're getting your commissions and you're getting back the money that you invested in? So again, change for yourself, change for your appearance, change for you to make you feel good, not to make other people feel satisfied. Okay, so that's my little thing for change, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with more talking of mine. But I do want to start a segment, and I'm gonna have this one to be my first. So if you guys are liking this, go ahead, give it a like or a nope, and we go from there, you guys. So have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. No, we're Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a happy Monday and happy week, you guys. Take care.